House Share, the House album, track 13. Unlucky for this track to follow track 12, because by now you've heard that and you know how flipping good Island House is. Told you, didn't I? Well, I hope you liked it anyway. To be fair though, I do hope you liked it, but I cannot be persuaded that that's not a good tune. I mean, every troll on the internet could come and tell me that track 12, Island House, is a pile of poo, and I wouldn't bother me in the least. I love it. And to be fair, track 13, Free House, isn't that unlucky because it's got a little flavour of its own. I was quite surprised how much I liked that, and the fact that it's upbeat to follow the slower tune, I think gives it a chance to survive. If this was a vinyl album and this was a fixed play list, as it were, I think it would get away with it. But again, this tune has sound. There's, where a few tracks previously we were talking about timbre. Well, I think that on this track, that sound, that lead sound, that melody sound has got like a haunting or something. It's got something that pleases the ear, as they say. So really, it was probably a lucky shot that this one follows Island House. And if by some weirdness that you've started at track 13 and you haven't heard track 12, you've got to hear it, because it's great. I expect there are so many likes under. Do you get likes under podcast? I haven't put a podcast up yet, so I don't know what it is, or comments. I hope you do, because I've been saying this all the way through. But I expect there is so many. You probably already heard about it. I expect when I put that up, I expect it went viral. It was probably on the news or something like that, or someone's taken it for some TikTok thing and it's huge now, or they're going to use it for a film. It's bound to be. To be fair though, talking about film, this tune, Free House, does make me think of a film score, like, say, I don't know, some rom-com or something, where they're out in the south of France or somewhere like that, blue skies, and they're travelling somewhere, or there's a montage of them going somewhere. There's that, there's that bit of this tune, that dreamy bit. I think it does remind me of that kind of film. So yeah, maybe that's what's happened since the last episode. I don't know. Because I pretty much made this episode straight after I did, because as you know, I'm pretty glamorous. The studio shed, which is not even my shed, and I say shed, that's being kind. So I'm sat here with a duvet over my head, so you get like a warmer sound, and I'm speaking into this £20 microphone from Asda, and so I decided to do 2 podcasts in a row, because it coming out to the studio as I'm doing quote signs can be a bit tricky. So that's what I pretty much expect has happened once Island House, because this will be the first time the world has heard that. But sticking to track 13's Free House, and in case you don't know what a free house is, it's a pub that's able to sell any kind of beer it wants. It's not tied to one brewery house, and that's relevant because the track name is Free House, and that track is house, I think. I'm not sure. It sort of follows the house arrangement pattern, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. You could tell me if there's such a thing as comments. So that would be interesting to know. I mean, it's got some great breakdowns. It's got that dreamy feel, so it might be that melodic house thing again. Can't actually remember what I was trying to achieve there, because don't forget, this is my benchmark album, I think is that what it is when you do an apprenticeship in a guild, and you at the end of it you try to make something to show that you've reached that standard. So this was really what House Share is about. Basically me wanting to prove to myself that I can make a musical sound that that someone other than me or my friends could listen to. Or I'm not even sure my friends listen to. I'm sure they're just being kind. Although with Island House, I did play it to a producer friend of mine who is like proper professional and very fussy, is not struggled in telling me it's crap before. And when I played him Island House, he did say that well, it was in time, it was in tune, and all the special effects were in the right place. I mean, flipping heck, that's high praise. I can't say his name because he is well known, and I know he's interested, he likes to keep his reputation. So in case there was some kind of kindness in there, I won't share it. But yeah, he was a music producer and DJ, well known around. Well, he's played in many countries, been flown out to other countries. So anyway, high praise from him. So hopefully that is a good tune. But this one, it's in par with the rest of the album. I think it's nice. Hear it a few times, it's great. I would certainly dance to this on the dance floor. I sort of dance around if I've got these playing now. So I don't mind them. But to be fair, this is old. I have moved on. It's interesting because I've mentioned in the previous one that I broke free of the house regiment with Hypnotic Groove, which I think I decided that was going to be the first tune that went up on the new channel, madeUpmusic, and I've since then, I've been doing some other stuff. Some of it sounds a little bit like this house tune, but I kind of want to get away from that. I do want to try and make things that are a little bit different. I don't want to harp on I'm not one of these people that lives in the past. I certainly don't. I love listening to new music. In fact, I seek it out. I want to hear what people are doing nowadays. I love the new techniques. I love just hearing what people are doing. I mean, now you can do a lot more than you could back then. And also, back then, the guys and girls that were making stuff, they were breaking ground, so they were creating the stuff. Now, the people nowadays, they're standing on the shoulders of these people, and they've got a quantum leap forward already. They've got a head start and they're making some fantastic stuff. So I'm interested in trying to do something good. But equally, I wanted to make this homage. I think this is what House Share is a homage to that time. Also, as I said, me in my own mind reaching the end of my apprenticeship, in the sense of getting and understanding a little bit of how to put dance music together. I've got a lot more to learn, but now I can relax a little bit in the sense and have some fun with the tunes I'm doing now. So that was what happened with Hypnotic Groove. It, again, like I said, it might not be a masterpiece, but it's fun. I enjoyed making it. Again, it was inspired by a fellow YouTuber, Blake from at Autism Addict, and yeah, it's he taught me to break the mold, and so I'm exploring that now. I was really worried about the follow-up to that because, again, you put yourself in such stupid positions and worry about this stuff. And so I created the next tune just to see if I could do it, Project 13, and it's got its own charm in its own thing, and I couldn't pinpoint what that is, but I think that's danceable and likeable. And then, oops, just banged the microphone, that's nice. Then I don't know, I just suddenly, I had this sound I'd sort of created, I used one of the older, you see in Logic you've got lots of different synthesizers and things, and I kind of used an old synthesizer, the main synthesizer on Logic is Alchemy, so if anybody knows anything about this, but there's another one called ES2, I think it is, something like this. It's a 3 oscillator. Anyway, I'm not going to, it's a bit technical. Oscillators are the things that make the sounds. So Alchemy is massive, is amazing. 4 floor oscillator, does all sorts of things. You can even make sounds from pictures. Yes, actual, pictures, real pictures. It's complicated in a way, but anyway, you can. Why you'd want to, I'm not entirely sure yet. No one's told me why you would want to, what the advantage of that is, but you can. You can make a picture, turn it grayscale. I think you have to turn it grayscale. You put it in this thing, and it makes it make a picture. Why? I don't know. Perhaps if there is someone listening to this, but God help them if they are, because if there is someone listening to this who understands that, they must be a flipping genius, and listening to this must have driven them nuts. But anyway, if you know why you would use that method to make sound, put that in the comment, definitely. And I would invite you to do some kind of podcast with me to bloody explain that, and because it's mental. I've had a go at it just to see if it was mad. But why you do it, I don't know. I'm still trying to manage the basics, so I'm still doing that. But yeah, so I just had this sound. It was kind of pluck sound, and I just then created this other tune called Different Day, which again, not a masterpiece, but I love it. It's great. And then weirdly, I remixed one of the old tunes I was telling you earlier. Well, I can't remember what it was originally called. I'm just seeing if I've got it there in front of me somewhere. What was it called? Sun Will Come Out, I think it was called. That is, unfortunately, I did put that on Tinterweb, but that was on a different channel, and I'm not telling you what that channel is. I know I've sort of mentioned it in the previous episodes, but I didn't actually mention the name of it. But my gosh, that was awful. Anyway, I remixed it and slightly changed the sample I'd used, and I love that. And again, I wasn't trying to follow a genres, and that's going to sort of be my thing. To be fair, I'm lying a bit there. I've still got, I think I've been working on about 10 trance tunes, and if you followed this rambles from the beginning, you'll know that I started trying to create a trance tune, and I was told that I'd picked a very difficult thing to try and do off the bat, and yes, it's right. But I've made a few things that I would like to share and see if I can get some feedback. So I will put those up at some point, and I will probably still continue from time to time to try and make that perfect trance tune, because I love trance so much. I loved house. I can't tell what I like more. When I hear a fantastic trance tune, I think I just love that. But I think there's room for everything, isn't there? So sometimes you're in the mood for house, sometimes you're in the mood for trance, sometimes you can't get enough drum and bass. So anyway, Free House is the follow-up. So have a listen, see what you think, and let me know in the comments what you think. So Free House.